this tutorial, we're going to show you how to put together the nose cone for the rocket project. So this is the second in the rocket series. The nose cone is going to be made out of 1.5 by 1.5 by 4 inch long styrofoam, and it needs to fit down into the body, which is 1.25 inch diameter tube with 1/16 thick wall. That means that the inside diameter of the tube is 1.25 minus 1/16 times 2. That means that it's 1.25 minus 1/8 of an inch, and that ends up being 1 1/8 of an inch inner diameter. And our nose cone needs to fit into that. So, and it's going to be 4 inches long. So we're going to go to a new part file, and then we'll go to, as always, we will set the document properties. Then we go to units. We're going to set units to fractions and 16, and put a check mark in round to nearest fraction and say OK. And now we're going to get started with our sketch. This nose cone is going to be cylindrical, so we could not quite cylindrical, but it is going to be round. So our best bet is probably to draw the profile of the nose cone and then revolve it 360 degrees. So to do that, I'm going to go to sketch mode, and I'm going to start drawing out the shape of the nose cone, or the original material size. So I'm going to click here, I'm going to go up, and I'm just going to make a rectangle. And that gives me enough to start working with. So I'm going to dimension it. It's 4 inch tall material, so I'm going to put in 4. Now the nose cone is going to be made out of material that's 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch in plan view. So that means that my width across half of it can be no more than half of 1.5. And so that means that really we can go 3/4 of an inch across this way. So I'm going to make this, I'm going to set this up just to be 3/4 of an inch for now. And then this part here that fits into the body of the rocket, that can be no more than half of 1 1/8. So 1 1/8 is really 9/8. So half of that is 9/16. So 9/16 of an inch. And then I'm left with this little bit. So this part here is going to be the cylinder that drops down into the body of the rocket. And then the part that sticks out here will be the nose cone. And this part we can make whatever size we would like. So I'm going to make it at least 1 inch long. So I'm going to make it 1 inch here. Okay, and I shouldn't say that it needs to be at least 1 inch. It should be at least about 3/4 of an inch or more. So, and I don't think you want to go more than 1 inch. So I'm going to delete that dimension now, and just so that it's not constraining it. And now I'm going to draw in the profile of the upper part of the cone. I'm going to start sketching the profile of the upper part of the nose cone. You can make it however you'd like. I'm going to start with an arc. Click in here, start an arc, carry on, another arc, and then you could do more sections if you want to round it off a little bit more up the top, and that's going to be good for me for right now, just to show you how this works. And now what I need to do before I go and try to do my revolve is first I have to put in a center line. So I'm going to click on the center line down here, click up, and I always like to make the center line much longer so that I can see it easily. And then I'm going to delete some of the lines here that aren't going to be part of the revolve. So I click on that one, and then to select more things I can hold the control key while I'm selecting. I can just delete those two. I'm going to say yes, and the rest of it I want to keep because it's all part of the profile. So now I'm going to end my sketch, and I'm going to go over to the revolve. If by chance this isn't green, then you can click on the sketch in the feature tree, and you go to revolve. And I want it to go 360 degrees, so I'm going to click on the check mark, and now I've got my nose cone, and I can see if I like it. Maybe I want to add a little bit more to make it look a little bit more realistic by putting a little bit of a fillet on the edge. So I'm just going to click there as if it had been sanded. I'll put a very small fillet on it, and we'll try 1/8 of an inch and see how that looks. And that might have even been just a little too much, I think. So I can go and change it quickly by going back to the feature tree, right-clicking, and going to Edit Definition, and I'm going to make it 1/16 of an inch. Again, this is all your preference, how you want it to look. Again, you can do the same thing with this edge, and fillet it. I'm going to keep the same, and now I've got those two. And then we want to give some color to it, so I'm going to click on the part, go up to the paint menu, and we're of course making this a Boston Bruins color set, so the nose cone can be yellow. I'm going to apply it, and the rocket body will make black, and then we'll make the tail fins yellow as well, and then it should look awesome. Hey, now don't forget to save your file before you exit out, so go File, Save As, and go and find your folder. You should have a folder called Rocket, and we're going to call this Nose Cone. And then we're going to save it. And that's the end of that video.